Hello and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Josefa Hassan and I am studying in Faculty of Education, University of Sindh. My presentation topic is Theories of Learning, Classical and Operant Conditioning, assigned by Dr. Amjad Ali Arain. Theories of learning describes how students absorb, process, and retain knowledge during learning. Cognitive, emotional, and environmental influence, as well as prior experience, all play a part in how understanding or a worldview is acquired and knowledge and skills are retained. Classical conditioning. Classical conditioning is learning through association and was discovered by Dr. Ivan Pavlov, a Russian psychologist. It is also known as Pavlovian conditioning. Definition. We can simply say that classical conditioning is a link between two stimuli to produce a new learned response in a person or an animal. Now let's talk about Pavlov's experiment. In Pavlov's experiment, he presented food to a dog while ringing a bell. The dog automatically salivated when the food was placed in its mouth. After the presentation of food was repeatedly paired with the bell, the dog was conditioned to associate the previous stimulation with the salivation response. As you can see in the picture, there are three conditioning: before conditioning, during conditioning, and after conditioning. In before conditioning, when the food was presented to the dog responses with salivation, and when there was only a whistle, there was no response. In during conditioning, when the food was presented with a whistle, there was a response, and in after conditioning, when there was only a whistle, there was a response of the dog. Concept of stimulus and response. Unconditional stimulus US, which invariably causes to react in a way. For example, food. Unconditional response UR takes place when the US is presented, for example, salivation on seeing the food. Conditioned stimulus CS, it produces after learning has occurred, for example, the sound of the bell. Conditional response CR, a particular behavior that an organism learns to produce when the CS is presented, for example, salivation on hearing the bell. Comparison between conditioning. In before conditioning, US is equals to UR, which means food is equals to salivation on seeing the food. In during conditioning, CS plus US is equals to UR, which means food plus bell is equals to salivation on seeing the food. In after conditioning, CS is equals to CR, which means bell is equals to salivation on hearing the bell sound. Classical conditioning can be applied in our daily life as well. For example, advertising executives think about fairness cream commercial. They use fair color skin models to attract the viewers, and after the commercials, the viewers will think that they will also be as fair as the model by applying that cream in their skin without knowing the side effects of it. Now let's talk about operant conditioning. But first, let's see what is the history of operant conditioning. Operant conditioning was first described by behaviorist B.F. Skinner, which is why you may occasionally hear it's referred to as Skinner conditioning. As a behaviorist, Skinner believed that it was not really necessary to look at internal thoughts and motivations in order to explain behavior. Instead, he suggested that we should look at the external observable causes of human behavior. Now let's talk about definition of operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is a method of learning that occurs through rewards and punishment for their behavior. Through operant conditioning, an individual makes an association between particular behavior and consequences. Now let's see what's the experiment of operant conditioning. A lab rat presses a lever when a green light is on. They receive a fruit pellet as a reward. When they press the lever when a red light is on, they receive a mild electric shock. As a result, they learn to press the lever when the green light is on and avoid the red light. As you can see in the picture, when the green light is on, The mouse presses the lever and the food is coming out. And when the red light is on, the mouse is pressing the lever. There he is having a mild electric shock. There are three types of responses. Number one is reinforcer. Reinforcer responses from the environment that increase the probability of a behavior being repeated. Reinforcement can be either negative or positive. Positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement strengthens the behavior by providing a consequence and individual finding reward. For example, if you do a good job at work, your manager gives you a bonus. That bonus is a positive reinforcement. Negative reinforcement. A removal of an unpleasant reinforce can also strengthen the behavior. This is known as the negative reinforcement because it is the removal of an adverse stimulus which is rewarding to the person. For example, if your child starts to scream in the middle of a restaurant but stops as once you hand them a treat, your action lead to the removal of unpleasant condition, negatively reinforcing your behavior, not your child's. Number 2 is neutral operant. Neutral operant responses from the environment neither increase nor decrease the probability of behavior being repeated. Number 3 is punishment. Punishment is responses from the environment that decreases the likelihood of a behavior being repeated. Punishment weakens the behavior. Punishment can be either positive and either negative. Positive punishment, sometimes referred to as a punishment by application, presents an unfavorable event or outcome in order to weaken the response it follows. Spanking for misbehavior is an example of punishment by application. Negative punishment, also known as punishment by removal, occurs when a favorable event or outcome is removed after a behavior occurs. Taking away a child's video game following misbehavior is an example of negative punishment. Thank you so much. I hope you like this video and understand my topic.